This was a powerful message this morning. As soon as I woke up, I kept hearing, "You're almost there, but stop looking at the finish line." And then I get the lovers in the chariot. And the interesting thing about the lovers card is that the lovers card is never about chasing. Nobody is supposed to be doing any chasing. And by chasing, that doesn't mean you can't reach out and say something respectful and just kind of letting someone know that the communication channels are open. What it means is that there should be no desperation in that. There should be no trying to convince them or persuade them. There certainly shouldn't be any manipulation, no guilt tripping, no, well, if you would have, if you could have, it's too bad you can't. There should be none of that. It should be open, honest, willing communication. If you say, hey, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking of you. That's the only message you send, and then you see if there's a response. And if there's a response that says something equally, willing to communicate, then you can, do some updating on each other's lives and stuff and move forward. With the chariot card, it's telling you like the finish line is in sight. You're getting to this point where you're learning how to live without that person that you care deeply about, without a twin flame. You have walked away from karmics. You have realized that there are many who will never be what they can be to you. And you would honestly just rather be alone than settle for less. And during this time alone, you've also realized that you can give this love to yourself, and you focus on giving this love to yourself and putting that love into you, into doing the things that you enjoy, into being a better person, into going to therapy, into working on healing yourself, into doing things that you've always wanted to do, reaching goals that you've always wanted to reach. And as you're pushing towards this, what you're doing is you're actually drawing that connection closer to you, because that is what they love about you. That is how they mirror you, and you mirror them, is by pouring the love into the self. So the finish line is close for those of you that are on this twin flame journey, but stop looking at it. Stop looking for it. Don't stare at it and think only about the finish line. Because if you do that, you're looking too far ahead and you might stumble. You might forget about the step right in front of you. You might not see that little obstacle. You might miss some kind of important detail. You might not realize that your horse needs a drink of water. There's so many things that you need to pay attention to on this journey. Stay focused on the self, and everything else falls. It's interesting because as I complete the first video section, I pull the next cards and I get almost identical message. Maintaining discipline, honor yourself. You're still in this race. You're almost there. You're doing a great job doing it, and you're pushing forward and you're continuing that momentum so that you don't lose it. But you also need to recognize how far you've come and give yourself a little bit of credit. Put that energy into the self. Be kind and compassionate to yourself for the work that you've done, because it's tremendous and it's so worthwhile of you just giving yourself a moment to be like, I am not who I used to be. I can think of so many situations that I settled for less than I deserved, that I tolerated situations that I should never have tolerated, but I didn't know any better. I thought that was what I grew up with. That was what I thought I deserved. That was what I thought I should expect. That was the life that played out in front of me, and I said, "Oh, okay, well, that's what it is then." But we have to unlearn all these things, and through this process, we start to realize that, when I'm doing this work, that means that I'm worthy of something better. If I'm doing this work, why would I settle for that? If I'm doing this work, why do I need anything else? I just continue doing this work and I feel really good. What I have is enough. But then I get this gift from fate. And the previous message was about you're almost to the finish line, but don't focus on the finish line itself. Stop staring at it. Because this gift from fate is going to be this like surprise ending, something you weren't expecting. I'm hearing for some this has to do with marriage. Like this was not on the table before, but all of a sudden, I'm hearing for some that it's not marrying the person that you thought it was going to marry. The universe is aligning you because of the work that you've done, because of how much healing you've done. The universe said you no longer align with that level of love and connection. You now align with a different level of connection and love. You're now at a different place. For some of you, I'm hearing that this is a job that you never thought that you would be qualified for, but somebody sees you for your unique qualification and says, oh no, they're destined for this and they're ready for it. They've done the work for it. They're ready for it. And this is what they deserve. So stay focused on you. Continue pouring into you. Continue focusing on the daily work. The discipline that you put into this is how you get what you want out of this. There's a message here from Spirit that your gratitude and your intention to keep your mind focused on these positive things, on being grateful for what's in front of you, the life that you have in front of you has been far more than you ever dreamed of. I'm hearing for some of you, you didn't really expect to be here still. You expected that something was inevitably going to take you out of the running a long time ago, that you overcame some challenges that other people would not have been able to survive. I'm hearing that some of you maybe even narrowly avoided leaving this plane entirely. You have overcome sickness, injury, tragedy, grief. For some people, facing chemicals and things of that nature. We have to watch our language for TikTok, but things that could have, and for many people that we know, did cut their play here short. And because of that, you have learned to look at each day as a gift. Every breath is a gift. You wake up, and every single opportunity to see the sunshine and see the sunset has been absolutely precious to you. There has been so many moments that you would have never experienced, and you are so grateful because of those experiences. With this newfound appreciation for every breath, you have increased the gift of being able to see the future. And it's not just that we're seeing the future, we're manifesting the future that we desire. We're creating our future. We are alchemizing our future because it wasn't going to be the same future until we chose to do this work. When you chose to do this work, you chose a better life for yourself. And every time you continued to make a smarter choice, you continued to improve the life that you are living. And so every single time you saw a vision of a future, you headed towards that vision because you were like, I never even thought that I could dream of things this amazing. I never even thought that I had the opportunity to dream and foresee things this amazing. So you know what? If that happens, that's amazing. I'm so grateful to even be able to envision, to imagine that type of a future. But that is a gift that you possess, and that gift actually helps you navigate these choices. That gift is also something to be grateful for. And the things that you're seeing today, things that you're seeing now that lead you towards that future, that's the future you're intended for. Thank you so much for being a part of my healing journey. I am always grateful to be a part of yours.